What's going on, YouTube? Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2018. I want to come and bring you guys an update on the 71 Chevy C10. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers, everybody that's been with me since day one. I want to celebrate my third year in the RC game. It's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I've learned a lot. I built quite a few cars. If you guys check out my channel, you can see all the cars I built over time. Um, but yeah, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support, all your technical advice, and all your well wishes. But yeah, you guys see here, this is the 71 C10. Uh, you know, did some body work on it, as I said in my previous video. Let you guys check it out here. This side came out a little bit rough, because what happened down here, I tried to tape it off, and do like a silver stripe down there, but the tape line you could kind of see in the paint. I don't know if you guys can really see that. But you can still see the tape line. I ain't really worried about it because this is a run body. I got a couple dents and owies in it. And plus I tried to paint the silver and the blue shine through. But you know what? It's a run body. It's not perfect. But it looks good. I want to give a shout out to RC Brothers 2000. I seen your Stampede. Dude, that looks pretty cool, man. Actually, if any of you other guys got Stampedes out there, hey, why don't you shoot a video of them? Let's see them. The Stampede is one of the most underplayed vehicles. A lot of people have them, but they don't make videos or show the upgrades they have on them. So, I like to see more Stampedes, speed runs, 4x4s, nitros, whatever. Let's see them. Bring them out. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what I did to the C10 so far. Whoops, I just dropped something on the floor. That's the side view there. Go ahead and pop the hood here, show you what we got going on. Now, my previous video, I showed you guys this 1512 motor here, okay? That was in the is it real or is it fake video, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you guys a real deal with this motor, okay? This motor is actually, are you ready for it? A Chinese knockoff. Yes, ladies and gents, this is not a real Castle motor. This is a Chinese special. A $37.99 motor. That's all I paid for this motor. That's it. That's all. Not a cent more. It took about 3 weeks for it to come. I ordered it off of eBay. It looks just like a Castle. It acts like a Castle, but it's not a Castle. It's a knockoff. Yeah, it took 2 weeks for it to come. I got it. It didn't have the pinion gear on it. But I'll tell you guys another cheap trick on how to get a pinion geared on the cheap. Now, if you go to Hot Racing and all those companies like Robinson Racing, Hot Racing, and I think a couple other companies make pinion gears for the 5mm shaft. I'll give you guys a secret. All you have to do is go get a pinion gear for the Traxxas X01 5mm shaft, $5. Boom, there you go. Pennies on the dollar. That's how you save a lot of money. This is a metal gear. It's not hardened. But for $5, what do you want, But yeah, this is the Traxxas X01 pinion gear. In there is the E-Revo spur gear, and that's it. Everything, the transmission is all Mod 1 in here. Now, if you look at my servo, this servo looks kind of funky. Here, I'll show you guys underneath here. See, it's no brand. See, what had happened was, if you guys saw in a couple of my previous videos, I had a Futaba servo, okay? Now, the model number and all that, I forgot because I don't have the box with me. But this is a Futaba servo. Took the truck out. That's when I had the Telluride body on it. Hit a curb and stripped the gears in it. So, basically, I just put it on the shelf and just said, forget it. Now, I was tooling around on the internet, and to my surprise, you can rebuild these. Now, I know I've been in the RC game 3 years now, but I don't know everything. I'm still learning. But they do make a rebuild kit for these, right? So what I did, I took my 2056 apart. It was kind of wore out and whatnot. So I took my 2056 apart and I used a couple pieces from that. I also had a dummy servo that was just a case with just that little gear in it that you attach. Here, I'll show you guys. It was this part here where you attach to. That was the only thing that was in a dummy case. So what I did was I combined the two. Okay, now the problem with the Futaba servo is the gears on the inside, the teeth are real small. It's not really a good servo for off-roading or anything like that. Now, I don't know what they make the servo for. I think it's like for helicopters or something like that. So I got it cheap. It was like a $15 servo. Got it, threw in the truck, ran it one day, and it broke. So what I did, took the Futaba servo, took it apart, took the guts out the 2056, slapped them right in here. Thing works like a champ. You know, it's got the Futaba motor in here, but with all Traxxas guts on the inside. So it works good. You know, all the gearing and everything is all Traxxas. Another trick you can do with these servos is get the 2075. They make a Metal Gear conversion kit for these. Now, I recommend going with the Metal Gear kit because instead of the bushing on the inside, they actually use bearings on the inside. So, you know, you guys can Frankenstein together a servo on the cheap. You know, that's another little tip I want to give you guys. But yeah, the servo rebuild kit, I think the part number is 2072 for the heavy duty. I have to look that up and get that to you. But the 2072, the kit's only like $10, and you can build a pretty strong servo with just, you know, you can use a cheaper servo, put the good gears in it, boom, you got a good servo on the cheap. Okay. Still running the Latrex Teton radio system in here. Again, here in Chicago, the temperature is like 15 below today. Uh, since I had the truck together, I ran it twice actually. First time, you know, we had just put it together, trying to get everything set, the motor, you know, run in, broke in, and all that good stuff. It ran pretty good. Um, First hit, ran like a top. Second hit, this thing hauled the mail. It's like the more you let this motor run, I guess you got to break it in. I know it's a brushless motor, guys. Don't don't flog me in the comments here. I know this is a brushless motor, but the more I run this motor and it gets up to temperature, the faster this truck gets. Now I haven't changed the gears or anything. Uh, Gearing is kind of mild. I know you guys can see that. It's kind of mild. It ain't over the top yet. The reason why I put mild gears in this truck is because even with big block power, uh, right now I got my 2S dropped in here because I was just tooling around with this thing in my basement, you know, trying to learn the truck with all the power and stuff, and I toned it down to just drive it in the house on 2S. Uh, but even on 2S, this thing is a handful on 2S. 3S, it was a beast in the street. Um, it ran good. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just driving it around my house because, again, I just put this truck together. I still want to drive it, even though it's 15 below and snowing outside. um, if you look at the front, my RPM bumper broke off that day too because, again, it was like maybe 30 degrees outside when I was running. And RPM bumpers don't like cold weather. They snap like paper. Yeah, so I just put the little nub on here just to hold the pins in right now. Just running around my house on 2S in the basement. You know, nothing major, nothing super high speed. This will do for now. We got to do is put an order in and get the bumper back on there. Um, Look at my front end. RPM kit installed. Axle carriers, C-hubs, all of that's in there. MIP hub adapters. Um, you know, I got the GRP tires on here. These are the shocks off of the E-Revo. The full size, not the mini, the full size. But I've been thinking about experimenting with mini E-Revo shocks to slam this thing even lower to the ground. Guys, drop it in the comment section. Tell me if it'll work or is it just something that won't work. Now, if you look at my axles, what I did was I put heavy-duty Rustler axles in the front end of this. Well, they're in the rear, actually. I made a mistake here. Here you go. Yeah, I put heavy-duty Rustler axles in the back here. The U-joints and everything are heavy-duty slash, but the tubes here are actually heavy-duty slash too, or Rustler. You can use them at either or. I had them in F-bomb, took them out, put new ends on there. You know, new. If you guys can see the joint in there, put those new in there. I still got to change these out by the diff here. Those are wore out, as you guys can see. Just got to order some parts and get that changed out. But on the front end, I'm trying to find out what kind of heavy duty axles I could use. Now, I know you guys are going to say Techno, MIP, one of those high dollar axles. Okay, I get it. But what I don't want to do is spend 60 bucks for axles on this truck. We're trying to keep this truck budget price so that everyone can build a truck similar to this for pennies on the dollar. So if you guys know any tricks that you can do with these stock Traxxas axles or either some different brands that'll interchange with this truck that are plastic but are super strong, drop them in the comments or send me an email. My email is Chevybrotha, that's ChevyBrotha @gmail.com. Yeah, just send them to me. Send me your ideas or anything, and you know, let me know what you guys do for these stampedes and slashes and everything as far as axles. I don't want to run metal axles per se, or if I can find some cheaper metal axles that are strong, hey, send them to me. I haven't really done too much more to the truck. Just changed the motor, changed the gearing, and put her back together. She runs like a top. And oh, also too, I don't have a name for this truck yet. Um, I know before I had a name, it was a Telluride. That's the one that had the Telluride body on it. But now that I have the Chevy body on here, guys, I'm going to let you guys pick the name for this project. Again, drop the name ideas in the comments or either email them to me. The best name that I like, I'll go ahead and name the truck that. And we'll see if we can put together something and send you a prize or something like that. Let you guys know what it's going to be. I'm still thinking about, what kind of prize I want to do for the winner's name that I use. Yeah, there's Old Blue. That's the old motor that was in it. This motor had the guts run out of it. I don't think you guys ever seen how beat up this motor was, but I'll show you. See? Traxxas Funny Car motor, nothing special. This is the 1415 Castle motor, rebranded for the Traxxas Funny Car. This is 2400 kV, 5S capable. Now I know when you read the specs on this thing, it says only run 3S. Guys, I shot 4S to this motor, and it still runs, okay? It's beat to hell, but it runs, okay? You can run up to 5S on this thing with no problem. So all you got to do is follow the spec for the Castle 1415. This thing, it's the same motor. Now, what I was trying to find was a rebuild kit for this guy, and I don't know what's up, I went on eBay, I want to look at everywhere, because what I wanted to do was convert this bad boy from 3mm to 5mm shaft. Found the part number, everything, but I can't find the part anywhere. And if you do find it, it costs as much as the motor does. So, guys, if you know where I can get a rebuild kit, where I can, fix these wires. Now, the bearing, remember I told you guys the bearing in here was going out. I found the bearings on the cheap where I could replace those, but like I showed you, the wires back here are coming apart. So if you guys know where I can get a repair kit to fix the wires, the can I don't really care about because it runs good. It's just I want to fix the wires and put a new bearing in it. That's all it needs. Other than that, I was just going to run it on 2S and just call it a day till it blows apart. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and as always, keep RCing, keep wrenching. Peace.